Hello, everybody. This is the India Section 2 slide.
By Kenneth, Patrick, and Annalisa, narrated by
Kevin.
and Giovanni.
Now, the Mughal Empire. It came out from a branch of two great ruling classes. Now, the Mongols were a very powerful and nomadic group in Central Asia, and a very powerful influence onto India. They traveled on horseback, fighting and raiding across the region in order to gain resources and power, which is like most nations. Now, the Mughal Empire was founded by Babu, who was a very great man.
The Portuguese. Vasco da Gama was the first Portuguese explorer to arrive in India. The Portuguese were the first to establish substantial trade routes from India to the rest of the world. The Portuguese also established other trade routes. As you can see here on the left, we have a painting of Vasco da Gama here.
Now, Sher Sui. He was born in 1486 and was an exceptional great military leader for the Mughals. But he wasn't a descendant of the Mughals, yet he was credited with most of the advances of civilization. Now, the sketch was made by Aldur Gafu Fresna, who drew it for the honor of Sher Sui when he died. Now we'll be going on to the next slide.
The Dutch. In the middle of the 1600s, the Dutch had taken almost all of Portuguese. During this time, the Dutch commanded almost all the southern coast in India. The Dutch traded out of Surat to southeast India. The Dutch also traded standard India, cloth, and spices.
He forgot to mention that when the Portuguese declined, the Dutch East India Company rose to replace it. And so it taken almost everything from the Portuguese. You could just say that they were the replacement for them. Now, the Battle of Plassey. The Battle of Plassey represented the shift in British presence, and the cause was when Siraj attacked the British. Then he took over and took 40 of British men and imprisoned them. Then Robert Clive took up to overtake Siraj, and he had no chance. The result was that the British winning without effort. And here's the picture of Robert Clive. No.
Economic and land reorganization. The Mughal Empire signed the Treaty of Allahabad, and the Indus civilization's economy appears to have depended significantly on trade. Also, here on the right, we have a painting of the Maratha court right here. On to the next slide.
Okay, so these are the timelines from what we first had to the last. Now, but then Queen Elizabeth wasn't in here yet. But you'll be learning that to the next slide, which our other group will be doing it. So take a moment and look towards the timeline. And we gave you your time already, and we're gonna go on the next slide.
Here we have maps of India, as you can see on the left and right, which that's basically it.
And also, this represents the British presence right here.
Yes.
And the routes where they got in, and this was pretty much where they stood to fight for. And hoped you liked it. That's all. That's all. See you next time.
And don't forget to keep it rigid.